Hello and welcome, my name is Tobel and we're continuing on with our Let's Play of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Now, last episode, or the first episode, was actually part of a live stream that I clipped and decided to upload as our first episode in the series, and I wanted to continue that because, honestly, I don't really want to wait for another live stream to play this. I'm so excited about the start. It was kind of all I could think about the other day, so let me review a little bit. If you aren't familiar with Cataclysm, or you didn't catch the stream, this is a zombie apocalypse game. It's a roguelike, it's free, and it's very much in the vein of Dwarf Fortress, so you have a lot of options, more things than you can even comprehend, and I even know about. But for example, you can build furniture out of items, you can make crafted items out of raw materials. Your character can have infections, they need water, they need food, they have different skills, and you need to rest, and all this different stuff, and it's so complex, and I absolutely love it. For a free game, it is absolutely amazing. So, in yesterday's episode, we wound up getting a great start. We actually just picked the last firefighter start. That really didn't come in too handy. I mean, that was just okay. It was, we wound up having, I shouldn't say, I shouldn't ignore the fact that we had some nice turnout boots and the turnout outfit of a firefighter, which does give you a good amount of strength. If we look at the coat here, it actually gives you 100% coverage, and it protects you from some bash damage. Acid is not bad as well, but bash and cut is obviously really important. So we didn't get injured as we made our way through town. We did, however, find a Zweihander, which is a giant two-handed sword. It's kind of a crappy replica, but it still does a ton of damage. We're doing about 40 damage per hit. By the way, we also are martial artists, so we know a bit of Taekwondo, but we're not super good at it just yet. I like Taekwondo because you can actually have something in your hands, like a crossbow, and use the Taekwondo kicks at the same time. Other than that, we have a first aid kit, a couple first aid items. We have some food already, like MREs, which are really huge, as well as a full, complete toolbox and $1,800 worth of cash cards. Overall, this is a really strong start. We're now sitting, let me go actually upstairs a bit. We're sitting at a house on the outskirts of town. So we started here deep in the city, I think at this fire station. We went down a little bit, explored some buildings, went to this fire station, and then made our way up north. So what we want to do from here is probably start fortifying this house, because this is about as far away from the city as you can get. I have not come across any other locations that are decent. The reason I like this house is because, number one, it has a basement, but number two, it has kind of a prepper's basement. And there's tons of great items here. We can break down all these boxes for good resources. It has a wood-burning stove, so a place to have a nice, safe fire. It has tons of storage. It has a little bit of a pool of water. It also has an area to sleep and, some areas we could store some food. I mean, you don't have to store food in a refrigerator, but it kind of helps you stay organized. So for the moment, I'm going to drop off some of our food just so I can start getting things organized here. I'm also going to grab a bookshelf, and let's drop it somewhere maybe. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to bring most everything over near this fire, because what I like to do is get a chair. Actually, we can grab this bench. Oh, cool, we can actually move this counter. That's really cool. Let's grab the... how can I do this here? There we go, and we'll do it one more time. It's a little confusing to see in the dark because we actually don't have any light source, so it's kind of like we're working in the night. There we go. So I'm moving these counters to surround me because I want to have a nice workspace. I'll grab this counter here, and I'll move these other counters down out of the way so it's a little bit less confusing on the eye. What's over here? This is a bunch of rocks, or these are a bunch of ammo belts? Okay. Let's try to clean all this up into one spot. I don't know if we could break these down into anything. So what happened in this building is that there was some kind of survivor that looks to be some sort of prepper that got absolutely destroyed, because there was a, this is the body here, so there was a pulped human corpse, which means it's not going to reanimate. There's an M240, which is a massive machine gun. If you're not familiar with weapons of the military, this is a huge gun. Unfortunately, we don't really have any ammo for it at the moment, but it will be nice to have if we can possibly repair it down the road. I'm going to grab this screwdriver set, and we'll move a couple other tables around. Now, I want to show you what I'm talking about in terms of why I want to set everything up the way I do. Let's move all these items here over to the side. Cool. So sometimes it's really hard to learn and read. So I guess I should backtrack. You can gain skills in this game by reading books. You have to have a light source to read a book, but if you're sitting here with a flashlight on, well, obviously you're going to drain the battery. So a more natural option would be to start a fire in a wood-burning fireplace, which gives you just enough light to see by. So what I like to do, and you have to have light to see by everything, or to do everything. So we can burn a fire here in the fireplace to the south and surround ourselves with tables where we store all of our gear, and our character will kind of pull from that as they need it. So, for example, I will do a storage that has all of our tools on it. Even the toolbox for the moment. We'll get everything nice and cleaned up down the road. Spare parts. I will also put all the books in one spot here in the bookshelf. You don't really have to have it in a bookshelf, but it's just, for me, it's just kind of an entertaining factor. We'll put any weapons items, like the suppressor and the M240 and all these ammo on one, and we'll do kind of medical stuff on the other table. We'll also, can we push stuff? I don't remember how to push. Let me read this real quick. I want to relearn some of these keys. Push, move. I think you have to do it like a complex order. I'm actually hitting the forward slash, by the way, to bring up this kind of advanced inventory. I like this a lot because it lets you sort things by category. So it's telling you right now, I'm going to pull from this square. I'm going to move it to this square. This music, by the way, is creeping me the crap out. It's about like 1 in the morning right now, and I'm doing this video. So you're going to have to forgive me if I bump this down a notch and be a little bit of a weenie. I should put on some really happy music. Okay, so we've got a log right next to the fire, which is awesome. We've got this start. This area has so much great options for us in terms of long-term survivability. Can we build a chair? We may not be smart enough to build a chair yet. You have to have fabrication skill, and right now we don't have any because we've not been doing any fabrication stuff. So we'll get to this down the road. Oh, I can just grab a damn chair right here. How about that? I'm very, very smart. Cool. So now if we're crafting stuff, we could just sit on our chair, be nice and comfortable, make a bunch of things in front of the fire. That's my long-term plan. What else do we have here? We got some toastums, a tin of curry. I love tins of food. There's a ton of food. Signal flare. We'll take all of this. What is this over here? It's a display rack. Okay, sure. We'll take that just to make things a little bit different for us. And we'll put the display rack up here. I'm also going to grab the fridge and drag that on over too. And we'll drop that. We'll move the log. We'll put the log into the fire. It's not active right now. It's just going to be next to it. Perfect. So now if we sit, we're going to have access to everything in one really nice, convenient location. So our food is all down here to the southeast. Our books are next to us. Our display shelf can have whatever we want on it. It's going to be super, super awesome. I'm going to grab these couple things here. So there's some extra ammo. There is a outdoor adventure book. I'll take that. There's a pistol here in the closet, or in the dresser. Some good shoes and good clothes. We'll put all the clothes. I'll tell you what. Let's actually grab this, and we'll put this one. We'll do this. We'll actually move the display rack around, or move it away, and we'll move this clothing rack into that position there. Do we have any clothes we can drop off? I think we can do all these items here. We'll keep all the clothes together. Normally anything that has a this is a quality marker, or I guess the status of this item. That's what those lines mean. So that means that at a glance you can tell that the clothing is in good shape. So our bed's fine. I will probably try to loot we probably have a blanket upstairs, honestly. We'll move the corpses out down the road. We'll worry about cleaning all this up later. It's a bit of a mess, but we did pulp whatever was here, so I don't think we have to worry about it. Oh, it was actually a rat. We just, like, attacked it. Okay, so the problem right now is we're very hungry, we're very thirsty. We don't have any water. We need to remedy the water situation very quickly. So one way to get water is to make a barrel and put a makeshift funnel into it. So I think it's a wooden keg or a wooden something or other that we need to make. And is it keg? Build wooden keg. This is going to need sheet metal, water faucet, nail, and 2x4s. We're going to have cooking 2 and fabrication 2, which is going to be a bit annoying because I don't think we have any cooking skill at all. We could read a book. Let's see. We need fabrication and we need cooking. So this might give us fabrication. Let's go ahead and activate our light source, which is... Oh, let's see. Can we make a fire real quick? Maybe that's a good option. Let's move the other wood out, and we'll actually just burn 1 2x4 for the moment. Let's see. Refillable lighter. Do we have nothing to start a fire with? Oh, that's kind of funny. We have no matches. We have a refillable lighter. Oh, there we go. Start a fire quickly to the south. Cool. Now that should burn, hopefully, securely, safely inside of the stone fireplace. So while this is burning, I'm going to start reading these books. You can do Shift R, and when you first do a reading of it, it tells you what it's going to do for you. So, for example, it tells you that you need mechanics at level 3 to even understand the book. We can't do that yet, but I'm going to basically read all of these books to learn what they do for us. I'm going to spam them. We'll come back to that. I just want to get these out of the way first. Okay, so this is what our books currently do. Survival to 1, archer. This is basically telling you, like, you could learn archery to level 1 if you read this book. Survival mechanics, transistor for the electronics, and cutting weapons. We don't have the skill to learn any of the other ones. So, let's go ahead and put the books back for now. We don't have a way to read our way into a higher level skill yet, it looks like. Do we drop off the tomato seeds as well? Medical tape will go on the medical thing. We'll put the weapons over here. And we'll drop the refillable lighter over there. Okay, so everything's kind of organized. Let's drop the longbow off. We do want to repair our backpack or find another one down the road. At some point it's been torn. Okay, also we are over encumbered. You can see the numbers here when I did the plus symbol on the keypad. This is a very in-depth view of your inventory and kind of everything you're wearing. So it's telling us right now that we have a little bit of encumbrance on our chest, our torso, and that's because we're wearing multiple items. It tells you what's going on. So we've got multiple items strapped to our torso. So I think it's because it's... Oh, the pair of binoculars is doing that to us. Let's remove the pair of binoculars. What did the binoculars do? Do they have to be worn or just in our inventory? Or carrying it in your inventory will double the distance around you that is mapped during your travels. Perfect. So we'll just keep that in our inventory. That seems pretty nice to have. If we look back at our encumbrance area... Oh no, why does it still say we have heavy encumbrance? 10, 20, 10. That's why. The turnout coat is actually a full 20 encumbrance. The tool belt is a little bit and the backpack is a little bit. We actually have a hand encumbrance right now too, because we're wearing those really thick fireproof gauntlets, which we could probably take off down the road, but I do want to have some kind of pair of gauntlets on my hand or some kind of pair of gloves. So we've got a bunch of extra stuff we can use to either replace clothing that gets torn, or we can break it down and try to repair it to get our sewing skill up down the road. How much of this fire is left? We should badly burn 2x4. It's probably going to go out pretty soon. So we need to come up with a solution for our food problem and then our water problem. So at least we've got some bottled water. Let's drink the water. We don't have a watch. Did we drop a watch off maybe? Pocket watch. Let's take that. Let's take our toolbox as well. And that's good for... We'll keep our cash cards on us because they should be relatively weightless. Okay, so it is 7:48 p.m. We've drank the water. We are going to eat some things that expire first. So I think we can actually do... Can we do a simple cooking, by the way? Food. We can't do anything. Do we need cooked scrap of meat? Do we have, like... Campfire hot dog. We don't have uncooked. What do we have on our hands here? What was this I just looked at? Uncooked corn dogs. Let's grab the uncooked corn dogs. Do we not know how to cook corn dogs? Nope, salted popcorn is the only thing we have. So, that's funny. What, is there a book that was for cooking? Let's see. Nothing even for cooking at level 1, is there? Okay, that sucks. So I guess we'll just eat this plastic bag of uncooked corn dogs. Really? Can we not? We really can't make that into anything, huh? It might be a recipe that we just don't know. Like, campfire hot dog is close, but it says it needs uncooked hot dogs instead. But each of these items will tell you what we could possibly use. Oh, side note, I bet because we destroyed this rat, we could use this chunk of meat. I know that's really gross sounding, but at the moment, we kind of need whatever we can get. Oh, there's a snake, I think, that we killed. Can I butcher this? We got a scrap of meat. Our character's really tired, apparently, from trying to butcher with the Zweihander. Nothing here is anything we want to eat because it's all like rotten food or so. Okay, so we've got a couple chunks of meat. Can we actually cook these now? We can. Cook scrap of meat. Really, I'm doing this because I want to build up our skills. So I'm actually going to repeat this. To repeat the last thing, you press the hyphen key. And you will spam that. Holy crap, how many are there? Nice. We had a ton of scraps of meat there. We have a chunk of meat. Can we cook the chunk of meat now too? Not so much. So here's a chunk of meat. We need one tool with food cooking of 1 or more, and it looks like we have nothing that's something for food cooking. Oh, you know what? I bet it's just like a pan, maybe. Let's go up a bit. Let's go into the kitchen and see if they left us anything like a pan. So yeah, we have a frying pan here. If you see, each of these items has a type of quality. So this has a food cooking of 2. So this is all we need for the to resolve that. We'll take that bag of tuna. Actually, I don't think I've even looted this house too much. Potato chips, hey, no problem there. I'll take potato chips anytime they're available. A golf ball. I don't think we need a golf ball right now. The other reason I like the basement, now I don't know if this has changed because I haven't played the game in a couple of months, and the game does have quite a lot of very quick iterations in terms of how quickly things are updated. But, so yeah, now we've got our cooked meat completely. Everything is cooked, so that means it's going to give us more nutrition. Look at how many calories. It's a full, it's basically a cheeseburger, a big cheeseburger from a restaurant. But either way, we're going to eat as much of this as we can, because it expires in 1 day. If you see here, it says a shelf life of 1 day. We want to eat and drink the things that expire quickly and leave the other items for later. So good. We're not going to have a problem with hunger yet. And you actually can hunt. You can hunt random animals if you need to for sustenance, which is really cool. We really can't do anything else right now. We don't have any kind of really cool recipes. Just because we're not really that skilled. I think we get cooking of 1 though. At least, yeah, we did. We at least got a skill of cooking of 1, which is cool. Which means we are 1 step closer to making that barrel, which is going to be our water barrel. We'll keep eating the meat. And I guess we'll dig into those corn dogs. Really not a lot of joy there, but it is what it is. We need a bunch of things that are going to quench us. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything that's a quencher. So, do we want to sleep, or do we want to try to hit a house up? I'll tell you what, it's pretty late, so I'm not going to go too far, but I do want to maybe hit this house across the street up, because I don't think I've done a whole lot in this town other than run around like a madman. So, let's drop off the frying pan. We'll do Halligan bar. By the way, we've got a ton of stuff here. What can we do with our tool belt? We can, we can put the screwdriver set in the toolbar. We don't have anything to put in our sheath. We do have an ankle sheath. We did drop the old firefighter's belt, and that actually lets you attach the hooligan's bar, which lets you break into doors and buildings pretty easily, which is nice. But we have a, we'll just carry it with us for a bit. Close the curtains, and we'll see. I'm going to turn on my night vision. Oh, did I bring it with me? I really didn't. I have a headlamp. I really shouldn't have done that. If there was any zombies in the area, they would not have been happy with us. So there's a grocery across the street here. I wasn't here before, but I didn't see, unfortunately, any cart. I really wanted a cart. Let's do a quick view. I'm going to do Shift V. This lets me see everything right up front. So I can see that there's a tailor kit. We already have a computer book, I thought. So there's nothing super useful there, but there's a ton of food and goodies. So we'll get those. There's some potato chips here. We'll always grab those for snacks. And we'll grab... actually, I'll probably just drink the fruit juice right off the bat. Oh, it's frozen, so we actually can't drink it yet. We'll have to wait for that to thaw. We'll grab another sewing kit, because those will come in handy down the road. Awesome. 2 bottles of OJ. V8. That'll be really nice. The V8 and stuff like that are very, very high calorie and very high quenched items. Or sorry, yeah. Quench, and quench is basically how much water, how much hydration you're getting from your items. We'll grab the handgun, the chocolate bag, the chocolate stuff. I don't remember if we had a computer book or not, so I'm going to grab it and take it with us. What's in the back room here? Not a thing. Thankfully, that alarm didn't go off. I'm going to go ahead and turn our headlamp off. Cool. Let's go ahead and check out, because there should be there's a sewer here. I don't actually know if you can go down a sewer or how that works out. But we'll go ahead and check this other house out that's just across the street. Ooh, it's got a garage in it. That might be really nice for us to see later. I think we're a little bit light blind right now because we used our headlamp recently. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. That mask creeped me out. Guy Fawkes mask. I'm going to grab the winter gloves. I'm also going to grab a lot of reading glasses because we do have the nearsighted trait. So if we don't have glasses, if we're not wearing glasses, we will get a negative to our perception, I believe. So, is it, you just have to be wearing glasses. Without your glasses, your seeing radius is severely reduced. Are we wearing glasses right now? Pair of safety glasses. Oh, did we, let's take off the safety glasses and put on the reading glasses. Did that fix our problem here? We're seeing out to here. Let's swap these real quick. I know this is silly, but I just want to see. No, our seeing distance didn't change with the safety glasses, unless we're wearing them over the other glasses. Oh, we are. Okay, so what if we take off the reading glasses? Oh, okay, so it actually was a problem. We didn't have our eyeglasses on. Cool, so now we're seeing a lot better. Let's go ahead and turn our... Let's grab the blanket. I think I was short on a blanket. We'll keep... I guess we can just keep this on. I think this is outside. Nope, it's just a bathroom. We'll take some aspirin. Nothing doing there. We'll come... I mean, we can always come back and get these clothes. I normally don't carry a ton of clothes with me. Just don't need them. We'll grab the matchbook. Any food in here? Canvas sack with rock salt. How heavy is this? I mean, we are going home anyway, so I guess that's fine. Playboy, sure. We'll take those for reasons. This is a... Oh, this is the garage. Was there anything in the garage? Outdoor adventures, which I think we have, and a pair of scissors. That's fair. This will be really nice to store a vehicle if we have to work on it in peace and quiet. It would be a good spot for it. Computer science. I think it's telling us that we have this before. Although I guess it's the only thing that highlight. So maybe not. What about... what if we put... Outdoor adventures. I think this tells you that you've already you've read this book once, or you know what it... You've actually read the same copy of it somewhere, so you know what it's going to do for you. So that means it's at home with us. Okay, nicotine gum. I don't really see a whole lot of goodies here, just extra clothes, and that should be it. Either way, though, this is not too bad. I was hoping for a bit more food and water, but we did get a lot from the store, so I guess I should be happy about that. Okay, we're going to go back home. To our temporary home, at least. Oh, that creeped me out. There's a lot of blood right there. This is pulped, right? Okay, we did pulp the zombie corpse. We don't want them to reanimate and come back to pester us later. Did I ever finish that thought? When you're in a basement, the ground above you, the floor above you, I don't think it loads in. So I don't think zombies come down randomly and come threaten you. So that is a blessing in disguise, so to speak. We still have a bunch of frozen stuff. I think I'm just going to put all the liquids and foods into the refrigerator. I don't think it actually does anything in terms of cooling things down. It's just, it helps me visually know where all of our items are really quickly. Okay, we'll put some clothing away. We found a we found some winter gloves. We'll put some drugs away. We'll drop those books off. Books, quote unquote. And we've got a sewing kit, tailor kit, pair of skezzers, and that's good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go into this room here and bed down for the night. I'm going to drop the blanket. I think if you're just next to a blanket, you actually will pull it up on yourself to make sure you're sleeping properly. Alright, we'll go ahead and save the game. And I don't think we can set an alarm because we just have a pocket watch as opposed to a like a really fancy alarm on our normal watch. So the game is fast forwarding. You might see something like it's generating new stats. Like every day I think it takes a look at all your skills, and if you've earned new stats, it'll tell you that, oh hey, you've got the option to see your stats. What is the morale? Someone told me that yesterday in chat and I already forgot it. Let's do this. V. So we didn't like those hot dogs, the corn dogs, so we're pretty pissed about that. It looks like everything is melted, so, or not melted, but it's it has unfrozen. It is thawed. So now we can drink a lot of the liquids here, but we are going to have to deal with our thirst problem very, very soon. I want to drink all these juices here. We'll go ahead and get slaked so that we don't have to come back and deal with that later. And we'll go ahead and eat, we'll just eat some crappy food. Dang it, I didn't mean to eat the corn dogs. We'll eat the chewy candies. Mushy apple, that's really gross. What else do we have? What's going bad soon? We can't have pudding because we're lactose intolerant. It does give you a red icon or red text here to let you know that you don't want to drink or don't want to eat or drink it. Let's grab some of the, one day. Let's go ahead and eat this canned chicken then, because it's going to expire in 1 day. We'll try to get all the stuff that is 1 day expiration. Wow, we're eating a ton of food. Holy crap. Okay, that's good enough for the moment. What do we have on us? We want to do a bit of exploring today. How far do we want to go? Can I go up and down? Up and there we go. Perfect. We could go back to the city. So the things that I've got on my goal list is I need to find a vehicle so we can extend our range beyond the city. I also might want to go all the way down to the mall, because what I love about malls is there's everything in one spot, although it depends on how busy the mall is. So we want to go, if we're thinking that we're going to go to a mall, you know what? Why don't we grab the longbow, some arrows. We'll do the wooden arrows right now because we're going to suck at it. I'll also bring along, we've got a toolkit in case we need to break into anything. I mean, I guess we already have a lot of weight, so we have to be careful about that. We have a lot of volume as is. We really need to find a shopping cart or something like that. I guess I'll leave the toolkit here, because that does use up quite a bit of our volume. If you see here, I'm actually taking, I mean, it's a big toolbox, so yeah, that makes sense. So we'll drop that off. I'm going to take out this. I randomly just ate. I'm eating stuff crazy. Let's get this Archery for Kids book. And I'm going to read it upstairs. I'm going to give ourselves a little bit of skill in archery in case we want to try to do a little bit of ranged attacking or silent attacking. I think melee attacks do make some noise, so I wouldn't mind being a little quiet. Alright, I'm going to open the window and just read this book. Hope it doesn't take a terribly long time. We're at 3... Oh, do we have to do this non-stop? Read until you gain a level. Okay, that wasn't terrible. It took us like 1/2 hour to read that. So I'm going to put this book over to the side. I will go ahead and... Ooh. If we wear the... If we, like, take down the Zweihander, how much does that take up space? Oh, we're wearing the longbow. We want to wield the longbow. Oh, the Zweihander doesn't take up a ton of space, I guess. So it must be like strapped to our back or something. That doesn't quite make sense because it's not wielded, but that's fine. So, what's going on in our local area? I don't see any zombies. We don't have too much in the vicinity. There is a vehicle up north. So let's check out what's right close to us here. Is this a bicycle? Ooh, it is a bicycle. I think it's got good wheels. That means we can actually use it ourselves. I think it does drain your stamina, but it's a great way for... Oh, is this an RV? Oh my god, I love RVs. But the bicycle will be a good way for us to get around. What the heck is up this way? Ooh, this is a dump. Oh, it's got bees, though. Bees suck. Bees are brutal. This would be a great way to find random items. I'm going to go up there a little bit more in a second to see what else we have in the area. Sorry about that. So... An RV is great. I've always wanted to make a permanent RV base, but I've never been able to do it. We have enough wheels. We have a working engine, and we have controls. We might even be able to start this up. And, like, you just move it over to our house here. This is a destroyed seat, so we'll have to repair this at some point. The cool thing about this game, guys, is that you can actually install whatever you want, wherever you want. You can literally make, so for example, we could put, say, reinforced plating, like steel plating on the outside of the vehicle. We would basically highlight what square we're going to and install it in there. So it's absolutely amazing. So I'm highlighting a section here. So for example, we could replace this with that, steel plating, or we could, what's the thing that's broken? Was it a seat? See how this seat is gray? We could basically remove the broken seat. We'd have to have mechanics of 2, tool with lifting 1, and all these other requirements. So it's just such a complicated game that has so many options for you. We probably want to repair that hole in the... how would we repair that? Where is that at? It's over... I'm looking for the word frame. I think it's got a... I think it's this one here. How far down are we? We're on the driver's side, 3 down from the stove. So driver's side, 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I think it's this side here. Yeah, the board is missing. So we could say, for example, to try to repair this board, we would need a mechanics of 1, sheet metal, a torch, a welder. I mean, it's so crazily in-depth, guys, but it's so cool, the option that's even possible. Holy crap, we were able to just get an RV like this. Is this like my birthday for this game? I'm not going to take this too far. I'm going to just park it right in front of our house. But I want it close by so we could possibly load into it and evac if we ever need to. Although, I don't really think we're ever going to be able to use this until we get more goodies. Also, I need to turn off a bunch of stuff that's using electricity here. So, nothing else should be using electricity. We barely have any gasoline. We'd have to be running this for 17 hours to generate the battery required. We only have 1 hour of fuel if it just stayed running. Okay, so we're going to have to get a bunch of gas over here through siphoning methods down the road, which is, it's possible. We just need another vehicle to act as our transport. We have a faulty engine here, so I don't think this is going to start up. Is this electric or has gas in it? I think it's gas with no, we have no, there's no fuel in here right now. We can hotwire it, but the problem is that you actually run the risk of triggering the alarm if you wind up triggering the alarm, zombies can come visit you. We're going to read this tourist guide real quick. I think it just gives you maps and roads around here. So we've got a city off to our west. Actually, this is really close. This is just across the field. Maybe this is where we should go. To West Boylston. The road map is really nice because it tells you, where... I mean, look how big this is, too, by the way. I mean, this generated a ton of cities and roads. More than enough to keep us occupied for quite a while. So I'm going to go peek a little bit more at this dumpster fire up north. Sorry, the sound effect is me walking over tall grass. I guess I could try to avoid that. So let's do a quick Shift V and see what we see. Wow, this is really nice. There's a ton of extra stuff here. What a great place to go to just find some random things. Lighter, nothing crazy good. I don't quite remember what gets aggroed. I think the giant wasps do aggro you up. This is a... Oh my god, that made me jump. That literally made me jump. I'm glad I don't have like a crazy face cam or something. What the hell's shooting up here? Is there a turret somewhere? Or is there like a freaking unexploded minefield somewhere? I don't see anything that would indicate a shot. Well, I don't know why we just heard an explosion. Okay, so Shift V. What do we see when we see, like, we basically have most of the area in our sight here? Nothing absolutely amazing, honestly. We've got a steel chain would be kind of nice, armor plating, you know, some really decent resources, but nothing absolutely fantastic. Oh, there is a oh, is this a car junkyard? Hello? With a disturbing lack of vehicles here. It's got a couple of trucks. Alright, I'm gonna keep skirting this junkyard because I'm really curious about what else we have here. I want to be really careful that I don't see a I don't step on or into range of a turret, because I heard an explosion which almost sounded like a turret explosion. What are we seeing up here? We've got 3 vehicles in the vehicle area. That's really all I see so far, so I might not push my luck anymore. There's a bunch of crawling zombies up here. Yeah, this is good enough for us right here. We'll stand off and just realize that maybe down the road we might be able to go check these vehicles out. But right now I don't want to get into any fights with unfriendly critters or bugs or anything like that. When I move across the game, by the way, I'm actually keeping an eye on this right here. This is telling me at a glance what creatures are in range of my eyesight. So, for example, something just came on board the screen here. It's a Kraken. I think the Kraken is like this tiny little bugger who kind of like hit and run attacks. It's pretty weak. It's just more annoying than anything. It's either a Krek or a Kraken. That's the Krek. The Kraken is something else that's equally as annoying. The one thing that I'm terrified to run into is a... Ooh, a crash. Is a Migo. A Migo is a really aggressive... I think it's kind of like a machine. I think it's some kind of android machine. Ooh, this is going to be nice. Let's go ahead and wield our longbow. We are. Let's get a couple shots here in practice at these zombies that are coming up. We'll probably take out all these military zombies because the helicopters can sometimes have some really decent loot in it. Sometimes not, but sometimes it has really good stuff. Hey, we're doing some damage at least. That's nice. We'll do one more shot. And I think I'll try to attack him with, sorry, I need to set this to Taekwondo. What's this little bastard dog doing? A border collie is attacking us? Rude. It did attack us. What a little bugger. Well, guess what, border collie? You're going to become our dinner tonight, so thanks for your donation. Nice. So this guy actually had a freaking MRE in his bag. We're also able to get those arrows back out, which is nice. And I will take the Adderall in case that ever becomes important. We just destroyed the border collie with a kick. And I'll basically just keep practicing my archery for a bit. I mean, I can really power through these guys with the Zweihander. But I want to practice a little bit of archery in case we ever lose it. You know, we can be a little bit like Daryl from The Walking Dead. So, now that there's a lot of them together, I'm going to run away a couple steps. Look at this giant chain of them all following us. Is there a minefield around here? I don't think I see one. Alright, so I'm going to wield the Zweihander. I'm going to wear the longbow. And I'm going to kind of do a running fight here. So I normally do like, I wait, I do one attack as soon as they get in range, and then I step away. Ooh, he bit our leg pretty hard. It's rather annoying. Oh, you know what? It's actually, it says you hit the zombie. I think we're trying to punch. So let's go to no style. We've got to be really careful about this backpack. I'd hate to lose this backpack this early, but I think it's actually going to do that. The Zweihander is okay, but the problem with the Zweihander is that it takes so long to attack that you almost always get an attack back against you. In fact, I might even drop the Zweihander for the moment in favor of Taekwondo, because at least Taekwondo is very, very quick. I say as apparently we're still getting attacked here. Maybe that wasn't the best option. So zombie soldiers are annoying because they have... Oh, shit. Sorry about that. I think I forgot I was running and I started walking. Let's sneak in. We'll grab... Damn it. They're all over this sword. I think I'm slowing down because I'm trying to climb through tall grass. Maybe that's actually hurting me a lot more than I thought it would. I'm going to circle back around, and I'm going to grab our sword. Just a couple dashing steps away. Sorry about the incredibly loud heartbeat. That's just because we're tired from running. So I'm going to try to get back to the helicopter fairly quickly and see what kind of goodies we have here. I'm going to run past this guy. I'm probably not going to be able to harvest the dog. Sad day. Oh, maybe there'll be a turret on the helicopter and we could just use it to attack all these zombos. I don't see anything hard. For the second, I'm actually going to turn this heartbeat sound down, guys, just so you don't have to listen to this non-stop while we're injured. I think we can get in through here. Okay, so there's a couple of storage things here on the side. So there is a Remington ammo, there's an Army bayonet manual, there's a gas mask. I guess that's about all we're going to get out of this, and we could escape to the back of the helicopter. Okay, we'll make our way away from this. I'm going to rest here for a couple seconds to get rid of the heartbeat. The telltale heart. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So, we didn't get a ton out of that helicopter, and there probably was a little bit more damage than we wanted to take right now, but such is life. Ooh, a mansion. I love mansions, and this is probably actually where we're going to relocate, guys, because mansions are amazing, because, for the most part, they have everything you're going to need for a long-term stay. Most mansions in this game have a pool, and that's basically unlimited drinking water. So, we're going to do a quick look around, and I think actually I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pause the recording here, or take a quick cut. We're coming up on a good point to wrap up, and then we'll do the mansion exploration all next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Again, this is a free game, by the way, so I will have a link to the game in the description below. Feel free to check it out. I'm actually using the easy launcher that comes with the game, so it does do kind of all the updates for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Again, my name is Tobal, and I hope to see you in the next video.